Okay, today I am doing a video on my Honda HS80 track drive snowblower. It's an older machine, probably from the 80s or so. And I just want to remind everybody before I start that before you work on the machine, it's a good idea. It's a very good idea to make sure that the machine is turned off, cannot start, and you could probably take the spark plug out if you want or whatever. But before you put your hands anywhere near the auger housing, you want to make sure that thing is not going to start and turn because you don't want your hands stuck in there. Anyway, so the reason I got into this was because earlier this year I was using the snowblower, and that bearing right there that you see that goes on the back of the second stage self-destructed on me and basically ate itself up, and I had to take that out and replace it. And I realized, well, maybe there's something else wrong to make that bearing go bad. And also the pulley that was the driven pulley that attaches to the shaft there, that broke off because it was bending back and forth. So I knew there was something wrong, and I had to find out what was going on. And then I started it up when I got it back together, and I saw this side panel here where it says Honda HS80 right there. That was moving in and out, bulging in and out. So I knew there was definitely something wrong. So I had to put a rubber band on the handle, which again, you got to be careful with that because now the auger's going to turn when you're not at the machine. But I had to put a rubber band on the handle and walk around to the front, and then I could see the auger house, or the gear housing, was jumping up and down. So it was going up and down substantially. So that was making the sides bulge in and out. So I knew that the auger shaft itself was bent. So I shut it all down and got it all taken apart. And what I did was I rigged up a ruler. Again, be very careful when you put your hands inside the gear housing because you want to make sure the machine is not going to, nothing's going to turn or start on you. But I basically rigged up a ruler, and I put it's a metal ruler, so it was very accurate and didn't bend or anything. And I put a bolt or a gear, the fill plug for the gear housing. I put it right into the hole in the bottom of the ruler, and I put it right up against the housing. And I could, as I turned it, before I straightened the shaft, it was roughly about just a little bit over 3/4 of an inch off from the high and low spot. So by just putting your hand in the on the second stage and rotating it, you can, when you turn the second stage, the auger shaft turns very, very slowly, so you can get very, very accurate measurement of how far off you are. And so but when you put that ruler on there, if your shaft is straight, that ruler shouldn't move at all. It should be, no matter what direction you turn the shaft, the ruler should the measurement should stay the same. But mine was changing quite a bit. So what I did is I marked where the high spot was with a piece of tape, and then I went and rigged up a threaded rod down into a steel I-beam, and I put a chain on it to tie it to the auger shaft. And you want to get right underneath it so you're pulling straight down if possible. I found that was the best way to get to, so you're pulling directly straight down into the beam or whatever you're using below. You could use a piece of angle iron, or probably even maybe a piece of hardwood or a log or something if you wanted to, but you want to make sure you're pulling straight down into it. And I put some steel over here just to rig up the bottom so it didn't tilt as I was doing this, and so it stabilized everything. So it worked out really well. And what I found was that you had to experiment a little bit. When I first pulled it down, I went halfway to the distance because I figured that it's halfway, split the distance. You don't want to bend it too far, but it sprung back a lot. So the steel has a lot of spring tension in it. So what I did is I kept going more and more and more each time, and it kept loosening it up until I got it right where I want it. And then so now the measurement is exactly the same on the top or bottom on the high spot. So it worked out really well, and straightened it out, and I didn't have to take the machine apart, and I've got the auger shaft all straightened out, ready for another year. So hope this helps you. Again, be safe with it, and good luck. Take care.